Good morning, everyone. I'm Christophe Choo with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Real Estate in beautiful Beverly Hills, California. And I want to give you and share with you my current market update for the luxury marketplace here in Los Angeles and what's been going on for almost the end of the first half of 2019 in comparison to 2018 and what that means and where there's some good buying opportunities for buyers and kind of just what's going on overall. So I thought I'd take the time now to share this all with you. So it's now about June 25th, so we're almost halfway through the year. And I have a comparison. I do this every month, so many of you watch it and follow these stats. And my particular luxury market update is generally speaking for homes over 5 million. But then we're going to talk at the end about the overall Westside Los Angeles marketplace and what's going on. So let's kind of get into some of the data. And in some cases, the data has improved since last month, particularly in the lower price ranges. And in some cases, the data is about the same. But it's good. The signs are improving because the first 2-3 months of 2019 were pretty tough in the real estate market. For whatever reason, things were slow, buyers were cautious, but things have really changed. Interest rates have dropped, and I think that has definitely helped fuel the positive nature of the marketplace. And I did a video about this a few weeks ago. We're basically down to 18-month lows of interest rates, and those lows today are pretty much what they were like, 40 some years ago, or I think it was 60 years ago. So it's really what I call the perfect storm and great buying opportunities, particularly in specific locations. So what's going on in our marketplace? So for the $40 million plus homes, so far we've had 2 sales that have closed in 2019. And again, this market video update is for Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Brentwood, Los Feliz, the Hollywood Hills, Sunset Strip, Century City, and Malibu. So those are the prime Westside neighborhoods that are considered luxury. I think I covered everything. Oh, Century City, Westwood, yes, okay. So in the $40 million plus range, there have been 2 sales so far this year versus 5 in 2018, and that is the most significantly affected segment of the market. Basically, the number of sales are down in the $40 million plus range by about 67% currently. Although there are a number, I think 4 or 5 properties under contract right now over 40 million. And the most significant sale was a $46 million property that sold in Bel Air to a Saudi buyer. So in the $30 million price range, there have been 6 sales so far in 2019 versus 13 in 2018. So that's down about 54% in terms of the number of sales. So down 67% in the 40 million range. And the 30 million range is down 54%, excuse me. Now in the $20 million plus range, we are at 14 sales closed so far this year versus 29 in 2018. So again, down about 52%. Currently there are 6 or 7 properties pending in escrow in that $20 million price range. 10 million plus, there have been 62 sales so far in the southern, LA area or the LA West Side area this year versus 86 in 2018. So that is down 28%. Now, last month in May when I did that video, the number was 32%. So we've boosted up and there've been more sales in the $10 million marketplace than previously this year. So that's good. It's a good sign. And in the $5 million plus range, we've seen the most significant increase in sales. Back in May, it was down 27% from 2018. And as of today, we're down 16%. So we've seen a strong improvement in the $5 million plus sales so far in the last month in particular. We've seen a good, strong improvement. So that's a good sign. It's summertime, people are buying, and I do know that between now, it's end of June and the beginning of September, a lot of our foreign investors and buyers do come to LA. I've got quite a few that are here now and a few that are coming in the next 30 to 60 days. So they're coming to purchase beautiful homes here in Los Angeles for vacation residences, as a 4th, 5th, 6th home, or strictly as an investment. So that's kind of a nice thing. So of the 14 sales over 20 million so far this year, who is buying? That's always an interesting question because when I list a home, I have to look at what's the home like and who's the potential buyer. Is it a local buyer, a foreign buyer? And that's kind of an important thing to think about when you're listing and selling a home. So of the 14 sales so far this year, 11 of those, of the 14 sales so far this year, 9 of the purchases were to American buyers. So that's a 64% of the buyers over 20 million are American buyers. And that's an increase from last year where it was 55%. But again, we're not in summer yet where the foreign buyers are coming, so I know that that number by the end of summer will drop and we're going to see a higher percentage of the foreign buyers buying. So far, five of these homes over 20 million were sold to foreign nationals from China, Bulgaria, England, Qatar, Colombia, and Saudi Arabia. So it's kind of a mixed bag of buyers from all over the world. And where are the neighborhoods that things are selling the most right now? So the city of Beverly Hills is the one of the top areas that have sold over 20 million. We've had 5 sales in Beverly Hills. There's been 1 sale so far this year in Malibu over 20 million. 6 in Bel Air, whereas last year Bel Air was kind of cool. This year Bel Air is kind of a hot marketplace, and there was actually just another sale this week for 34 million in the Bel Air marketplace. Beverly Hills Post Office, and for those of you that don't know, it's a Beverly Hills, California 90210 address. It's up in the hills. However, it's technically the city of Los Angeles. So there's been 1 sale so far this year over 20 million. And nothing currently pending over 20 million. That is one of the areas where there's some of the best buying opportunities. We're seeing a pretty fair amount of inventory and not as many sales. So there's a lot of homes for sale that have been on the market for a while, in some cases listed 2 or 3 times. So there's some really good buying opportunities in that particular location. The Sunset Strip this year is one of the most affected. There really have been no sales over 20 million so far this year. And again, that's another area where there's some good buying opportunities. I think the reason is back about 2 years ago, there were so many homes being built in new construction, the modern glass box homes ranging from 10 to 30,000 square feet. And just right now, there's too many of those product and homes and not enough buyers to absorb them in the marketplace. So again, right now, Beverly Hills Post Office and the Sunset Strip area, Hollywood Hills, are the best and most significant areas for opportunities. So again, I also want to focus on, even though the numbers are down a little bit compared to last year, we're still way, way ahead of any time in the last 10 years. And I do track this very thoroughly, so I'm very clear on what's going on in the marketplace. So what's going on overall in the market, meaning kind of all price ranges in the west side of Los Angeles. So in 2019, this is every price range, and this is for homes. And condos are pretty similar. The condo market is actually pretty strong, maybe even a little bit more than homes, because people, homes are very expensive. So there's a lot of people that can't afford a home, so they go for a condo. But what's going on with kind of pricing? So back in 2017, the average price in the West LA market was $1,135,000. And in 2018, it jumped to $1,301,000. So it was a pretty significant increase in 2017. Now, as of today in 2019, we're looking at about a $1.3 million average, median sales price. So it's gone down about $1,000 from last year. So nothing significant whatsoever. And that's again for the entire marketplace of all price ranges. And then in terms of sales volume for all the price ranges, in 2017, we basically had, oops, I can't look at my stats. Sold, here we go. So in 2017, in terms of the number of sold properties, there were 1,278 sales at this time. Last year, 1,241. So last year was pretty much exactly on par as 2017. And this year so far we're at 1,037. So it's roughly about a 18% decline in the number of overall sales. Now, another interesting article came out about 2 weeks ago that said in the United States, in the next 18 to 24 months, there are, I think, God, how many were there? 12 million homeowners that are planning to put their home on the market for sale. Now, that's an interesting number. I don't know what it is typically, but that seems like a significant number. But the interesting part of the article, in a survey that was done, they surveyed, and I think 43% of those sellers have now made the decision to put their home on the market sooner than later because of the shifts and changes that are apparent in the marketplace. Now, a lot of people have been talking about recessions coming in 2020. Who really knows? I mean, typically real estate markets and economies go in cycles. And I feel we peaked completely really in 2017. Summer of 2017, which is now almost 2 years ago, I felt was really the peak of our real estate marketplace. not a serious erosion. Prices really haven't dropped overall. What we've seen is that at that particular time, many sellers, because the market was so strong and the market had been increasing for so long, put kind of high prices on their homes. And unfortunately, even in a strong market, if the price is too high, it's not going to sell. There's a line that my coach Tom Ferry says, if the home isn't compelling, it's not selling. And that is very, very true in this marketplace. And having sold real estate now for 32 years, hard to believe, having been through the down market of the 90s, the down markets of the late 2000s, and our strong market today, I'm pretty well aware of how people think. So when I say a house is not compelling, it's not selling, that means several things. Number one, it's prime location. If you have a prime location, buyers always want that. And that's been one of the first things I learned. Always buy the best location you can afford. So I've been talking about that for years. So location is number one. Condition and style. Move-in condition is always a plus. People want homes that are in moving condition. Also, styles change. Overall today, most of the younger buyers, and even some of the different age buyers, they like modern contemporary homes. Back 8-10 years ago, nobody wanted those kind of homes. And there was, 50s modern, 60s modern, 70s modern, 80s modern, 90s modern, 2000s modern, and there's now 2020s modern, basically. So modern homes seem to be the most popular. So the Mediterranean homes, the French homes are more of a specific buyer, and not as many people are looking for those types of homes. So we talked about price, we talked about condition, opportunity properties. Although the flippers, meaning the buyers that were buying properties, tearing them down to build, are really not doing that much anymore because of the changes in the market. What we're seeing is a lot of people are still buying homes to tear them down or substantially remodel it for themselves. With the lowest interest rates in so many years, it's an incredible opportunity to mortgage a property at an extremely low rate. Today you're talking about 4% plus or minus, which is incredible, even for a jumbo loan. Back when I started in the late 80s, interest rates were 16 to 18%. So a lot of opportunity properties that are tear downs and fixers, those are being sold, and that's a very hot segment of the market. The last thing that's compelling is price. If you have a compelling price, doesn't matter the location, doesn't matter the condition, it will always sell. And I know that when I have a listing and it doesn't sell, once we price it at the right number, it is going to sell. And that's just the reality. So that's kind of the overall marketplace, what's going on. Healthy market, it's summertime. We're seeing more and more of the foreigners coming into town and buying for the summer for their new vacation homes. And good opportunities out there for buyers. Great opportunities for interest rates and great opportunities to buy homes in areas that are even undervalued. Homes that in some cases would have been sold for $5.2, $5.5 a couple years ago, you might get today for $5 million or just under $5 million, particularly those that have been on the market a couple times, where the seller has been on the market for 90 days, 6 months, a year, in some cases a few years, and gone through multiple brokers, multiple price reductions. Those are what I call ripe fruit on the vine. And that's an interesting analogy. When a piece of fruit is growing on a tree and it's green, you don't want to pick it. It's not ready, right? It's like a new listing. A new listing is like a green piece of fruit on the tree. It's there, it's available, but you don't want to bite it and eat it, unless it's really compelling, right? Great price, great location, great condition. So those that don't have all those ingredients, maybe it's a great house, great condition, but the price is too high. So as that property matures and ripens, then you have a much better opportunity to buy and make a good deal as a buyer. So that's my thought. And so if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in the LA area, it's been my life since I was 18 years old, so I know nothing other than real estate. And it's my full-time job, and I love what I do, and I really know how to help clients determine what's right for them. So give me a call at 310-777-6342, or check me out online, ChristopheChoo.com. It would be my pleasure to help you with all of your real estate needs, whether it's buying or selling. Let me help you go through the murky waters of real estate. That's what I'm here for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all real soon. Take care.